Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In-Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm coming to you from the very beginning of our new sound room here at the shop. I'm filming the video actually at the shop. I don't know if you can tell, but it is echoey in here. We have a bunch of acoustical treatments on the way for this room, and this is going to get dialed in here before we even demo our first record, because it is pretty horrible sounding at the moment. But that'll get taken care of. But it's raining here in Phoenix, and I wanted to show you guys this new Quincy Jones box set that just came from Vinyl Me Please. This particular box set I was leery about even purchasing. And not because I'm sure it's not going to be good quality. Here's kind of the Dear Q Connoisseurs, kind of a little spoof on Quincy, I'm guessing. Little backstory there. And here's the box set, but not the fact that they don't do a really good job with their box sets. I've loved the quality of their box sets lately. Take a look at that. It's nice foiling. Not that they haven't done a killer job with their box sets lately, but because this was $350 and I am not a fan of the choice of the titles that they actually put into this. So that's kind of the reason. I didn't actually pull the trigger on this until last week. I saw that they started shipping, and I'm like, you know what? Let me just get it. I've got all the other box sets except for the Zambia. I only buy the analog box sets. Most of this box set was cut from the original analog tape. So let's take a look. Really nice booklet. Pull this up to the camera. I mean, look at that, all the original multi-track tapes. Booklet's fantastic. Beautiful. I'm guessing this is where they got the artwork. Original master tapes. Everything story-wise. How I feel about jazz, Sinatra at the Sands. Walking in Space. So this is actually quite nice. This is a hell of a book. Look at all that. I love the fact that it's just loaded with shots of master tapes. Okay. So that's really cool. The labels, the tapes. Nice, right? Well, Mike, why didn't you pull the trigger on this box set and buy this right away? I'll tell you why. It's $350. And a lot of that money is because you've got a nice deluxe copy of The Wiz. The Wiz. This is a turd, guys. I just don't know how to describe it any other way. I'm guessing, you know, why do you choose The Wiz for the big deluxe audiophile treatment? Well, because it has Michael Jackson, it's got Diana Ross, you know, it's got name power, but man, oh man, this is such a turd to have in here, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, this is done by Ryan Smith. This, you know, The Wiz is on gold vinyl. So for me, it's like, this is the record that, like, this could have been Soul Bossa Nova and something else. But they chose The Wiz. Well, I mean, that record number one was perfectly flat. I mean, look, you know, it's got a nice insert in it. You know, it's a deluxe, beautiful tip-on jacket. But it's The Wiz. Have I mentioned it's The Wiz? This is an audiophile cut from analog tape, deluxe edition of The Wiz. I probably got 10 of these things in my bin. Who knows how much they cost? They're $5, $6, $7, $8. They don't go for a ton of money. Doesn't want to go in there too easy. They don't go for a lot of money. I'll do that off camera. But yeah, so that's the reason I didn't want to buy the record or the box set. What's the reason I actually did buy the box set? Right here. The deluxe edition of Sinatra at the Sands. So oddly enough, I have almost an entire run of Mobile Fidelity records, but I do not have this. This is a record that has eluded me. So I missed it on the first go around. It was prematurely cut from MoFi's catalog. And I bought a copy after the fact, maybe online for $100, and it never came. It was lost. So got my money back. 6 months later, I bought another copy for more. It was like $150 at the time. And the record was immaculate, but it looks like somebody took a 12-inch, like a 12-ounce beer can and just set it there. And there was this beer sweat in the vinyl. What is that? There's actually some grease on this record, oddly enough, but that is no big deal. That'll all come out in the ultrasonic. Red vinyl. This looks like it was done at GZ, so I'm not sure of the sound quality. But this is the reason I picked this up. I wanted a nice analog copy of Sinatra at the Sands. Now I'm going to eventually just plunk down the money and get the MoFi version because it's one of the maybe 10 MoFi records that I'm actually missing. Blue vinyl, nice shape. But yeah, that's the reason I decided to pull the trigger on this. All right, so what else we got in here? Here's an album that is originally, now this is labeled Verve, but I don't believe this was originally on Verve. This might have been like ABC at the time. I'd have to double check. I'm having a feeling it's like one of those ABC titles. But either way, this is a very difficult album. Because of the era, the mid-50s, I very seldomly find this in clean shape. And when you do find it in clean shape, it's actually pretty noisy. So this was another plus for buying this box. This is how I feel about jazz. Now, Walking in Space. I believe this got a audiophile. Maybe it was like super vinyl or like Quiet-X vinyl. Got the audiophile treatment. I want to say in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. Clean, clean. So yeah, for me, this was a weird choice album-wise to do. You essentially have, it's a good retrospective of kind of what he did. Some movie stuff, some collaboration stuff with Frank. There's also the Miles Davis and Quincy Jones live at Montreux. I want to feel that I think there's 2 albums that were done from digital. This might be one of them, or maybe it was only the Quincy Jones, but I have a feeling this is one of them as well. But yeah. So, I mean, it's a good, throughout the decades, but, ooh, that is some serious hot pink right there with the new Warner logo on it. So good retrospective, covers his, career, very hot orange. But, I don't know. This, I felt, is kind of the first miss box set-wise. And I think most of you probably share the same thought because it's still available. Now, maybe it's available because they made a zillion of them. I'm not sure. They don't release numbers. But another title that's like, great record. Body Heat. The original sounds really good, and this is not that expensive of a record. So it's like, you do the math, what you're paying for these things. Yeah, if you just want to plunker down the money, get them all at once, or you're a completist like me, you're going to buy this. Let's see. Insert there. Here's another really good record. But, cheap. Doesn't cost a lot of money. It's actually really plentiful. Killer job on this, though. I mean, these big tip-on jackets are nice. Now, keep in mind, guys, I unboxed this live on camera. I have not had a chance to listen to it because I've only had it open for 10 minutes. So I can't tell you how it sounds. But I will be giving this a listen to. This is one of those things that I don't know. We're going to start with Sinatra at the Sands. Another double. Maybe this is the only digital album. I'll have to check the blurb out. on their website, they actually tell you what is digital and what's not, and they are very forthcoming with it. Purple vinyl. I mean, all these records are flawless, no issues. This is back on black. Back on the block, excuse me. This actually, I got a little distracted. This has a slight little tiny dish warp. Nothing that won't play. Nothing. I've got a clamp on my record player that'll straighten it out. And I could theoretically throw this in my Furu Tech flattener. Oh. We'll see if this comes out, but it looks like there's a dead bug here. Can we see that? There's like a dead bug on there. Or something smashed into the... Yeah, that's embedded in the vinyl. That's not coming out. So we're going to have to contact Vinyl Me Please and get back on the block replaced. Box sets are very different. It's hard to get completely perfect box sets. And I've actually had pretty good success with Vinyl Me Please. I want to say I had an issue. One of the discs on my Tribe box set was damaged, and actually this one, but I don't think I've ever had another defect from them. So far they've been pretty decent, and that's a squirrely little defect. I don't know what happened there, but yeah. Vinyl Me Please is the story of Quincy Jones. Still available as of now. Actually, you know what? Never mind. They made 1,000 of these, so I can tell you right now this isn't very desirable due to the fact that these are hand numbered. This is 539 out of 1,000. So some of them, like the Grateful Dead, I don't think they announced numbers on. But this, being that there's only 1,000 of these made, and the very fact that they still have these available, I'm guessing a lot of you guys kind of felt the same thing, that this was not musically the best albums. But Quincy Jones is a legend. Iconic artist, iconic in the jazz and R&B and pop world. So this is, yeah, I don't know. I'm glad I made the purchase. I'm glad I didn't miss out on it, because it is really nicely done. No doubt about it. All right, guys, check us out online, theingroove.com. Until next time.